I'm going to say probably a buzzbait. That would be one that you would need. That sometimes in the fall, that's killer.
Greenfish tackle buzzbait. I like to rig it with a toad, and a lot of times what happens is you got docks, you got overhanging branches, you can skip away underneath there, and those larger fish don't necessarily like to chase bait all the time. They just like to get in an area and ambush baits that come by. That's why that buzzbait is one of my favorites.
Must-have bait for the fall is a vibrating jig. I mean, it seems like it's a must-have 12 months out of the year anymore. You know, the red one got real popular this spring. Your black and blues and your green pumpkins more in the summertime, but in the fall, I go to a shad color. It seems like all across the country, the bait fish are what the bass are focusing on the most. So just a shad color vibrating jig, you can throw it in the grass, around rocks, docks, laydowns, whatever you want. It's a great go-to.
A walking style topwater bait, honestly, is a phenomenal way to catch them. It's fun, and the fall is truthfully probably the best time to throw a walking style bait. The fish are really starting to feed up. They're starting to migrate in, getting those creeks. I love a sexy dog. I love it in a pearl. Anything that mimics a shad, and I'll have it tied on from the moment that I feel that it falls in the air until that water temperature gets down into the, the 50s, and then after that, I'll put it away.
It would be a Berkley Chopo 90. This is it right here, and this is the color. In this bone color, it is such a killer everywhere you go. I mean, last fall, I tied this thing on in late August on one rod with braid, and I never took it off until the winter time.
Livingston Lures makes a good Walking Boss Junior. Throw it on grass, you can catch schoolers, throw it on bridge pilings, docks, grass, lily pads. So it would have to be one bait that I'd have to have in my arsenal at all times in the fall.
Zara Spook or an OG Vixen, if you can get your hands on one. Something you can cover a lot of water with, imitates a shad, and it's really good in a lot of different situations.
I'm gonna go with a crankbait, and I'm probably gonna go with my favorite shallow crankbait, which is a BX Brat.
Red Eye Shad, which is a lipless crankbait. It works as well on smallmouth as it is on largemouth. In the fall transition, what happens, fish are moving. The days are getting shorter, hopefully cooler, and fish start to migrate, and bait fish is the key. And a lot of times, those bait fish in the fall move in places where there are no cover. So a lipless crankbait is just a great choice of lures when covering water.
The bass are moving shallow. They're going to be following the bait. They're starting to feed up, getting ready for winter. And one of my favorites is a KVD 1.5. And I've got a box full. So whether they're feeding on bluegill or shad or whatever, I'm going to have a matching color for that. But this KVD 1.5 is just a dynamite bait. It's great for grass, wood, rocks, and it just fishes that 0 to 6 foot zone really well. I can cover a lot of water with it, and it triggers a lot of strikes. So that's why I carry a whole box full.
My must-have bait for the fall transitions is spinnerbait. I can make many casts during the day. It's shad patterned, and that's what those fish are doing. They're feeding up, getting ready for winter.
Fall is a transition time. It can be really tough or it can be really good, but day in and day out, without a doubt, it's a 1/2 ounce spinnerbait. Just double willow leaf spinnerbait.
And that would be a 3/8 ounce mango spinnerbait. It just mimics a shad. They get to feeding on shad real hard in the fall, so it mimics a shad really well.
And that can be a variety of different blade combinations, sizes, colors, but a spinnerbait to me is a fall bait you have to have.